Hi guys! Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Lorac Pro palette. Now before I get into my review, I just want to say that I have changed my lighting. I have two little light things over here now, so hopefully that helps, because I know one of the biggest complaints I've gotten in my videos is the lighting. So hopefully that helps, and let me know at the end of this video if you guys like it. Okay, so I had recently picked up the Lorac Pro palette. I've been wanting this forever, and I finally caved and picked it up. This retails for $40-something. I'm not sure the exact price. I'll link it below. But you get this palette here, and Lorac behind the scenes eye primer, which is a pretty good size. So this is the colors that you get in the palette. And the cool thing is you get a really good mixture of matte and like shimmer types of shadows. So the top is all matte and the bottom is all shimmer. And you get a lot of shadows. Like that's probably double the amount that the Urban Decay Naked palette has. And you get, like I said, a good amount of matte and a good amount of shimmer. So it's pretty much, you can do any look with this palette. The only thing I can say that I have against it is you do get a lot of fallout with these. If I can show you, you can see it does kind of fall on the palette. But the cool thing about this palette is it names everything for you. Rather than having like random names like Urban Decay and all these other like Tarte and stuff has, which is awesome, but it's just basic. Like white is called white. You have a mauve color that is just simply called mauve. You have a gold, a bronze. You have all of these. Now I have all these colors listed and better photographs on my blog, so if you want to check that out, that will be linked below. All the swatches and stuff. I'm going to swatch a couple for you now, though. But these colors are so, like, the best way to describe them is buttery, I guess. They are just smooth. They blend so easy. This purple one, called Deep Purple, I have on my lid right now, right here and right here. And it just blended so easily. It was, I loved it. So I'm just going to swatch a couple of them. I'm going to do white for you. That right there is white. And it's just a regular white. Nothing really to it. But the color that stands out the most in this palette for me is gold. Look at that gold color, and then look at that swatch. Look how freaking amazing that color is. That just, it's just, I can't even deal. It's so pretty. Every time I go into Sephora and I would play with this and swatch it, that's the color that I was like, oh, it's so awesome. And then Garnet is also a very, very pretty color. And again, one swipe. The shimmer ones are definitely like more pigmented than the matte. But even the matte ones are really nice. Like, mauve is like the perfect color, it's right there, for your transition color. And then Espresso is this like crazy brown. It's gonna be an awkward swatching spot. These are also with no base, by the way, no base at all. Cream is very light, so if I swatched it, you wouldn't be able to see it. But all of these colors, let me do the pink one. Light pink is this light pink color, obviously, because it's named perfectly. And that's it right there. All these colors are just so pigmented. You don't need a lot to kind of get the color payoff that you need. And you get a good variety of colors. And not only that, you get a pretty decently sized mirror, and what I like about it is that it does fold back all the way, so you can place it on your desk like this, rather than some palettes. I mean, I like when they can lay open like this, but for me, if I'm not using the mirror, I like to lay it flat, so that's a plus for me. But like I said, these colors are so creamy and like buttery, and they just apply amazing. I was so shocked with just how amazing these colors like blend. You don't need a lot of work to blend them. You don't need a lot of work to kind of smoke them out. Cream and white are like the perfect highlight color. Taupe, mauve, and sable are like the perfect color for like your crease, like a transition color, or even like sable is really good in the crease alone. The black one, let me show you. It's a pretty good black. I mean, it's not the blackest of blacks, but do I have a spot? How am I going to do it here? The black is a tad chalky, but it works really well on like the outer V. Sometimes you don't need the blackest of blacks inside of a palette because you don't always need a black, like a really dark black. I actually use that black for my eyebrows, but yeah, that's just me because it's not a super, super crazy black. It works really well for that. But yeah, so all in all, this palette just is fantastic for the price. I mean, just because it says pro doesn't mean you have to be a pro to have it. Someone left me a comment, I think it was on Instagram, being like, why do you have a Lorac Pro palette? And I was just like, really? It's just the name of it. But the packaging is really nice. It's cardboard. You can tell it's cardboard. But the outside feels kind of rubberized. It has a magnet, so it keeps it closed. And it's really awesome for travel because you can use a whole bunch of colors out of this. And as for the primer, it's a little bit thicker. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to take a little bit out. If you can see, it's a little bit thicker than most primers, and a little of this goes a long way. Like, I didn't know exactly how much I was going to need, so I put a little bit on the back of my hand, and seriously, the littlest bit goes a long way with this stuff. I don't like it as good as my Urban Decay Primer Potion, because that's like my go-to primer, but this is probably going to be a good second. I've tried a bunch, Too Faced Shadow Insurance, the Tarte one, and this one is, I think, better than those. It's a little bit thicker, and it gets a little, not tacky, but it kind of stays there, so it actually, like, locks on to the shadows, which is awesome with this, because some of these, like I said, are a little bit more powdery. Every time I say powdery, I feel like I'm saying a bad, like a word that isn't a word, whatever. But, yeah, this palette is amazing. And I suggest you guys check it out because you really can get a lot of looks. It is more neutral, but you can get a lot of looks out of this palette. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little review of the Lorac Pro palette, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.